Hello students, welcome back to the EVS2 class. Today's date is 12th June 2020. So we have finished the second chapter part 2 in our last class. So today we will be starting a new lesson, that is lesson number 3. What does the earth look like? So in this lesson we will be learning about major landforms and water bodies, how landforms and water bodies are shown on a map, some interesting physical features on Earth, and using the colors on a map to point out the landforms on it. So these are the topics that we will be discussing in the coming classes. Now let's move towards the objectives. So in today's class we are going to get two objectives: to be able to define and explain the term physical features. After learning what physical features are, so you will be able to explain it or you can define it. What the term physical feature means. Then to recognize the different landforms. So we will be discussing different types of landforms, and later on you are going to recognize, if I give you a picture, you will be able to recognize what the different landforms are. Now let's move towards the conversation between Rashi and Meher. So we all know that oceans, rivers and lakes are part of the water bodies. Then what about the seas, right? So seas are also a part of water bodies, but the most important thing is that seas are also salty like the oceans, but seas are smaller than oceans. Now in the past, what happens? The two large water bodies are there, the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. They were also called oceans, but why? Because in the past, people didn't know that these large seas were smaller than the oceans, and the oceans which were around the continents, right? Therefore this Black Sea and the Caspian sea were called oceans in the past. So why it is called? The most important thing is, in the past, as people were not able to explore much, so they didn't know that the oceans were much bigger than the seas. Therefore they thought that these two are the largest one, so they named it as oceans, or you can say they called it an ocean, but actually they are not. They are sea, because they are smaller than the oceans. Now one more interesting fact about the Caspian Sea is that the Caspian Sea is not a sea, but it is one of the largest saltwater lake in the world. Now as you can see in the picture here, so this is the Caspian Sea, and this is the largest saltwater lake in the world. Now let's come to the next slide. So as you can see here, I have shown you the picture of Black Sea and Indian Ocean. Now you have already seen the picture of the Caspian Sea, right? Now this is on the left side, this is the picture of the Black Sea, and on the right side this is the picture of the Indian Ocean. Now you compare it, the Black Sea and the Indian Ocean. Now Black Sea is only a definite part which is surrounded by landforms, right? Now what about the Indian Ocean? It is stretched out till we are unable to see, right? It has been stretched out till the horizon. So it's a never-ending thing. Oceans are never-ending because they covers the largest part in the Earth's surface, right? So we already know that they covers the largest part on the Earth's surface. Therefore, to compare Black Sea and Indian Ocean, you can see the difference in the size. So that's why it is called sea, and oceans are called, because they are bigger, that's why they are called oceans. Clear? Now let's move towards the next one. So let us answer this question: which of the following is not a water body? A, lake; B, ocean; C, river; D, hill. So lake is a water body, right? Ocean is also a part of water body. River is also a part of water body. Now what is the hill? So hill cannot be a part of water body. Therefore you have to tick mark the hill. So you need to tick mark the hill, which is not a part of the water body. Now let's move towards the next one. Now we are going to study about the physical features. Now, people have physical features like height, weight, physical structure, and so on, right? We have our own physical feature because of our and we have different physical feature, right? We don't look same. We have different height, different. Some might be very short, some might be tall, some might be fat, some might be slim, some might be plumpy. So we have lots and lots of physical features, right? And structure as well. And in a similar way, our earth also has physical features. Now our earth has two kinds of physical features, and these are landforms and water bodies. So let us read what the physical features are. So physical features are the formations of land or landforms and water bodies on the earth. So whatever the water body is, the land forms that we have on the earth, our earth is not smooth and plain. We have like hills and mountains, lakes, rivers, streams, waterfalls, right? So we have lots of things on earth. And these formations, these landforms and water body formations are called physical features of the earth. Clear? So what you are going to remember is physical features are the formation of land or landforms and water bodies on earth. So there are two kinds of physical features, landforms and water bodies. Let's move towards the next slide. Now here you can see this is a picture from a book where it shows the different types of physical features. We are going to study in details in the later of the discussion. Okay. Now let's move towards the next one. Yes. As you can see here. So let's start discussing the different types of physical features. The first one we will be studying about the landforms. Then we will go to the water bodies. But today we are going to study only the landforms. Now let's come to the plain. So what is a plain? A plain is a flat area or the surface of the earth. As you can see in the picture on the left side, so this is a plain. Okay, here is a plain. As you can see, it is a flat area on the surface. It has a flat surface. That's why it is called plain. The next one is the plateau. Now what is a plateau? A raised land with a flat top is called a plateau. A plateau looks like a table. So it is a raised land. Now this is the land is below here. Now this part is the raised. It has been raised, right? Now as it has been raised, the top has also flat. The top of the plateau is flat, right? Now, and it looks like a table, right? The top, no, it looks like a table. That's why. And this structure is called a plateau. Remember, the plain is the flat surface and plateau is a raised land with a flat top. And that looks like a table. Now let's move towards the next one. A hill and a mountain. What is a hill? A hill is an area of land which is naturally higher than the surrounding area. So you have heard about the hill stations, right? The Darjeeling hill stations, Shillong hill stations. Why? They are not that much higher. They are naturally higher than the surrounding area. And we don't know, and we go very smoothly to the hill, right? We don't even feel that we are climbing as like we are climbing a hill. It is very smooth because it is not that much higher. It is just a little bit higher than the surrounding area. Now as you can see on the screen on the left side, this is a hill. The green area is a hill. So you can see the landforms, no, they are naturally a little bit higher than the surrounding area. Always remember the hill stations. Shillong, Darjeeling, Sikkim, these are the hill stations. Also we have the Himachal Pradesh has also some hill stations, quite good hill stations. Why they are called hill station? Because they are a little bit higher than the natural ground, and as the climate is a little bit cold, not that severe cold, just a bit cold, so people love spending the summer days in the hill stations, right? Now let's come to the mountain. A mountain is a tall rocky area of land. It is much higher than the surrounding areas. Mountains have peaks and are much taller and usually steeper than hills. Now, on the right side of your screen, you can see the mountain, right? It is a tall rocky area of land. You won't find grasses and trees there. It is because it is very tall, and they are almost, the peaks are almost snow capped. A mountain is especially in the the cold areas. So a mountain is a tall rocky area of land. It's much higher than the surrounding areas. Now mountains have peaks. As you can see here, the mountain has a peak. This is called peak, and are much taller and usually steeper than the hill. Hill is very smooth, but mountains are not smooth. They are very steep. They are very straight, right? This They are very straight, and they are much taller. As you can see, no, they are much taller than the ground, right? The hills are not that much higher, but the mountains are much higher than the ground. So these are the differences between hill and mountain. Are you clear about it? Read it once and look at the pictures, and you will come to know the difference between the hill and the mountain. Now let's come to the next one, valley. A valley is the land between hills or mountains. It is much lower than the surrounding land. It is usually V-shaped. Now this is a valley. Now this is a valley. Have you heard about the Suka Valley in Nagaland? That is one of the most famous valley in Nagaland. Okay, so this is the picture of the Suka Valley. Now as you can see, it is a land, right? This is a land between the hill and the, as you can see, this is a land between the hill and the mount, or you can say the mountains. This is the land, right? Now it is much lower than the surrounding area. So if you see here, everywhere is the mountains, and it is much lower, right? It is much lower than the hills or the mountains, and is usually V-shaped. Now the shape is V like this. Yes, that's why it is called valley. That is the V shape. Now I'm going to erase it, and you will be able to see. Now as you can see the picture well, it is very low if you compare to the mountains, and or you can compare to the hills and mountains. The land is very low and it is V-shaped. Now if you want to observe the valley while going to Shillong, okay, there is a point, I forgot the name. You can actually see the valleys there. So next time when you are visiting Shillong, try to see the nature, and also try to find out which are the valleys, the different types of landforms, the mountain, hills. Okay, now let's come to the island. An island is an area of land surrounded by water on all sides. Now I have given here two pictures. One is the river island. Okay, so here if you see, the island this is the island, and it is being surrounded by water on all sides. Now this is the famous river, the smallest riverine island. Okay, the smallest river island, that is our own Umananda. Okay, you have heard about Umananda? Yes, that is the world's smallest river island, Umananda. And now this is the island of Maldives, part of the Andaman. So this is a part of the Andaman island. Now as you can see, it is surrounded by water. This is a river island, and this is the island which is surrounded by oceans. So these are the islands which are, so what are islands? Islands are covered with, these are land masses which are covered, or which are surrounded by water on all sides. Next we come to the peninsula. So what is a peninsula? A peninsula is a body of land that is surrounded by water on three sides. A part of the peninsula remains connected to the mainland, and it extends to the water. So as you can see here in the picture from your book, so this is a peninsula. Okay, this is the land of India. Now these are the three sides, 1, 2 and 3, right? So the three sides are covered with water. So everywhere is water. Only when the three sides of the landmass is covered with water and surrounded by water, and the mainland is connected by only one part, then it is called peninsula. So here is the Arabian Sea, here is the Bay of Bengal, and in the below there is the Indian Ocean, and only the above part you can see that is connected to the mainland India. So this is called the peninsula. Now this is the picture, the original picture of the India. So how it is shown in the picture, you just look at it. This is water, everywhere is water. The three parts are being surrounded by water. Only this one part is being connected to the mainland India, right? So this is called the peninsula. Next, let's come to the delta. A river delta is formed at the mouth of a river as it flows into an ocean, sea, or another large water body. It is formed by deposition of soil at the mouth of a river. It often looks like a triangle. Now this is a delta. So delta are actually formed at the mouth of a river. Okay. So when it flows through the land, then it has to reach the largest water body, ocean, sea, or any other large water body. So at the mouth, where the river flows into the ocean, sea, or the large water body, the delta is formed there. It is formed by deposition of soil. So as you can see here on the picture on your screen, so this is the delta. Okay, now here the river flows. Now this is flows into this ocean. It can be an ocean, or it can be a sea, or any other large water body. Now this is the river which is now flowing into the ocean. Now as you can see here, these are the depositions. The yellowish color are the deposition of soil. That's why the delta, this is why it is called the delta, where the deposition is formed, and it is called the mouth. Okay, so it is formed by deposition of soil at the mouth of the river. So this is called the mouth of the river, and it often looks like a triangle. As you can see the picture here, it looks like the triangle. Yes or no? This is the shape of the triangle. So this is called delta. So it is always formed at the mouth of the river. Clear? Now here we come to the end of the discussion of different landforms. Now as you can see in the picture here, now you will come to know. So whatever it is, I'm going to discuss it in my next class. So let's check out the landforms. Now here you can see the delta, right? Now this is the delta here. Then we have the plain here, right? The surface is very flat, that is the plain. And here is the plateau. It looks like the table, which is higher than the surrounding area. Then we have the hill, right? Hill, if you see the hill and the mountain, there is a vast difference, right? Hill is not that much higher than the mountain. Then we have tributary, the part of the river which a river which has been divided, so that is called tributary. We will come to learn about tributaries and the other water bodies in my next class. So these are the landforms given here: the mountain, range, hill, plateau, plain, delta. So read about it, go through it once, the physical features, the landforms, the different types of landforms, and try to understand with the help of the pictures, and try to find out whether there are more landforms, different types of landforms in Assam, in India. Okay, so this is going to be really fun and interesting class. So try to find it out, and whether you have visited that particular place or not, and whether you have seen those landforms or not, try to find it out. So here I end my class. Please read the book and read the lesson thoroughly. So here I end my class. Thank you.